All right, so 21. TV executives recently announced that advertising time on TV will cost 10 to 15% more next fall than it cost last fall. So we're saying like TV is going to be 10 to 15% more next fall than this past fall. Cool. The executives argued that in spite of this increase, advertisers will continue to profit from TV advertising. All right, and so advertising will be no harder to sell next fall than it was last fall. What is our conclusion here, Malika?
The conclusion is advertising time will be no harder to sell next fall than it was last fall.
Yeah. And we don't really have a lot of reasoning for this, right? Do we? What is our support for that? Why are we saying that?
There is no support really.
What?
I don't really see that much support other than the fact that it says like they will still continue to profit.
Yeah, they'll continue to profit. We don't know how much they're going to continue to profit, but they're going to continue to profit off their ads. So it'll be no harder to sell in the fall than it was last fall. Do we like this argument? If someone raised the prices 10 to 15% on you on something, would you like say your phone bill? Like phone bills increase 10 to 15%, but you still make the same number of calls, so it's fine. No, right? I don't think so. I'm like, well, how do we know that this profit's going to be enough to justify this increase? Like maybe before they had like $1 million profit and now there's like $5. They may be like, that $5 is not worth the profit, not worth the time. So did anybody make a prediction here of what they thought the answer might be? Did you make one, Mandy?
The ads will sorry, I guess like people will still be watching TV, and so you know
yeah.
they'll suffer through the ads, and so the ads will sell.
Yeah, why might the cost go up 10 to 15%?
Because more people.
Yeah, the values. Think about the Super Bowl, right? The cost of the Super Bowl goes up significantly. Why? Is that because more people are watching it? And so for this one, our answer is going to be C, or sorry, not C, E, where it says a recent survey showed that the number of hours people watching is going to increase. So it's explaining like if every 2 months the amount of time people are watching increases by 2%, that's really paying attention to like why might this value be worth it to people? And it's because yeah, even more people are going to be watching it though. Did anybody struggle with any of the other answers? It looks like, well, it's a D. So D says the amount of TV advertising time purchased by providers of services is increasing. So this means that the amount of like the people themselves buying it are increasing, while the amount of such time purchased by providers of products is okay. So this is just saying that one kind of person buying the ads is increasing and those that are selling products is decreasing. That doesn't mean that it's going to be easier or harder to sell in the fall. Does anybody else want to go over any other of the wrong answers?
Okay, so I went with A.
Okay.
And the reason why I chose to count out E is looking at the increasing rate of 2% every 2 months, as opposed to the expected to rise 3 to 7% in the next year. And so maybe those numbers were put in there to throw me off. But I can see now what E.
Oh, okay. So what is A saying in your own words?
Okay, well, I can see in the cost to make these things that are being advertised. That doesn't say anything about consumers. That says something about the company. So E speaks directly.
Harder to sell. Like some might read A and think it actually weakens it. They're like, it's going to go up 7%. Like, it's not even worth us to advertise it anymore. I don't know. Like, it could go either way, definitely.
Okay.
And we don't care that the system rating the size of audience is going to change. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Maybe we got a new system or a worse system. And then C says, next fall, advertising time on television will no longer be available in blocks smaller than 30 seconds. I feel like that would actually weaken it because maybe people only want short ads. So it actually would make it more difficult to sell. And so that's why it's E.